Andrew Tate, who's the online influencer, big MAGA guy who Trump allowed into the country while he's awaiting trial for rape and human trafficking over in Romania. Well, now he's being hit with some really disturbing allegations over in the United Kingdom. Let's discuss. I'm Dave Aronberg, aka the Florida Lawman, here on Legal AF. And this is a matter we've been following on Legal AF because it does combine law, politics, and true crime all together. Here are the Tate Brothers, these notorious brothers who are open misogynists who were involved with MMA, and they're big podcasters, and they have this whole following where they have radicalized a group of young men around the world to be misogynists like them and to be big Trumpers. And as a reward for their support of Donald Trump, they got admitted into the United States, even though they were under house arrest in Romania, waiting for trial in a very serious charge of rape and human trafficking. And after a conversation between a U.S. envoy to Romania and Romanian leaders, the Tate brothers were allowed to leave the country and come here. Now, since then, they have gone back to Romania to do pretrial hearings, and hopefully they'll go back for their trial. They want to clear their name. Well, let's see. Go back for the trial. And because these people, these two brothers are disgusting, and they are facing other horrible allegations around the world. And according to the latest report in USA Today, online influencer Andrew Tate allegedly strangled two women in Britain, one of whom accuses him of rape, whipping her with a belt and pointing a gun in her face so often and with so much force that they developed red spots in their eyes and that indicated bleeding capillaries. According to details of the allegations obtained by USA Today ahead of a court hearing on the case in London on April 15th, the allegations form part of a civil suit brought by 4 British women against a former professional kickboxer for sexual offenses including rape, assault, and coercive control. All 4 women accused Tate of choking them, including during forced and consensual sexual encounters. The allegations pertain to when Tate was living in England in the early stages of launching an adult webcam business from 2013 to 2015. Quote, "I'm just debating whether to rape you or not," Tate said to one of the women who is bringing the suit, according to the court filings. Tate had his hand around her neck as he posed the question. He later raped her, the filings say. Tate, 38, denied all the allegations in the case, according to court filings. So this is what happens when you are so transactional as the Trump administration is, that you allow entry into the United States for people who say nice things about you. The allegations are horrific. And that's why Governor Ron DeSantis, who I've had my own beef with, but he has done the right thing in saying we don't want the Tate brothers here in Florida. He's instructed his attorney general to investigate the Tate brothers. And now there's been John back and forth between the Tate brothers and DeSantis's attorney general over this investigation. And so apparently the Tate brothers have now left Florida because they're concerned about being charged here. Well, good for the Sunshine State. But still, no charges have been filed yet. Prosecutors need evidence, and it seems like there's no shortage of individuals who are coming forward now about these brothers. I think for a while there's a culture of silence because of intimidation, because of threats of reprisal. But it seems that as with more people coming forward, there's safety in numbers that encourages more alleged victims to speak up. And as far as this suit that is in Britain, it was filed in June of last year. We're seeing the allegations now as they're being made public. And Tate is not expected to attend the hearing in this case in the UK, but specific details about the allegations against Tate by the women are only now being revealed. And they come, as according to USA Today, as Tate and his brother Tristan, whose exhortations to get rich quick, drive fast cars, and aggressively treat women as property are followed by millions of people online. And they face several lawsuits connected to how they allegedly abuse and exploit women. And as far as the Tate brothers returning to Romania, indeed they did, but they were also threatened with greater charges had they not. My concern is that they would just hunker down in the United States and just tell Romania and other countries, forget about it, we're under the protection of the United States government. But it looks like, at least for now, they are complying with the demands of the Romanian authorities. According to USA Today, once the case in Romania concludes, Authorities had pledged to honor a British request to extradite them to face trial in Britain for the separate allegations of rape and human trafficking involving different women between 2012 and 2015. The brothers deny all the allegations against them, brought in a mixture of civil and criminal courts. Tristan Tate is not a defendant in the civil case brought by the four women. So it just gets worse for these brothers, and where there's smoke, there's fire. The details are pretty awful. Here's one of them. One of the women in Britain who says she developed petechiae, it's red spots in her eyes from burst capillaries, which some doctors say can be a side effect of asphyxia, alleged that Andrew Tate threatened her almost daily in 2015 while she was working for his webcam sex business. On one occasion, according to the court filings, he grabbed her by the throat, pinned her up against a wall, and pointed a gun at her while saying, "I'm a boss, and you're going to do as I say, or there'll be hell to pay." There are all these other allegations that are really terrible. I don't want to get flagged by YouTube, so I'm going to not give much more of the details. But I'll say this: according to USA Today, a British court has already confiscated about $2.5 million from bank accounts in Britain associated with the Tates. A British court ruled that they failed to pay taxes on their adult entertainment businesses. They yielded $30 million in revenue. They're also facing a separate criminal investigation in Britain in connection with allegations of rape and trafficking that date to between 2012 and 2015. Neither has been charged. But in Romania, the brothers face allegations of human trafficking, money laundering, and sex crimes. And if you're wondering about their citizenship, they have both U.S. and British citizenship. And so they're back and forth a lot, but they should never have been allowed in this country while they're waiting this serious trial in Romania under house arrest. But because of the pressure that the Trump administration put on the Romanian government, they were allowed to leave, given special treatment because of whom they support politically. That's where we are today in 2025. It's all transactional. It's who you know. It's crony capitalism. It resembles an oligarchy. But at some point, I do believe there'll be accountability. And for the Tates, the walls seem to be closing in. Also, in my last video about the Tates here on Legal AF, I described that there was a legal filing in a civil case where the Tates sued individuals here in Palm Beach County for defamation for things that they said about the Tates. And in the civil filing by the defendants, they said, we need to delay matters because there's a pending federal investigation of the Tates in the Southern District of New York, which the first we had learned about that the feds in this country seem to be investigating them. We don't have confirmation of it, but it was in that pleading that the defendants in the state action, the state civil action filed. So we'll keep following it here on Legal AF. The civil, the criminal, the state, the federal. We got you covered. I'm Dave Aronberg, a.k.a. the Florida Lawman. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and leave a comment below. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you next time.
In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.